Hello, hello. Pamela here with Passionate About Scrapbooking, your Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today is Make It Monday. I'm just looking and apparently I'm having problems with Facebook again. Fun. It worked on Friday, but all of a sudden it's not working again today. Let me see what that does. And I don't know what that does. Go to Facebook Producer. I don't know what that is. Okay, so let me go to my YouTube channel and share the feed. For those of you that are wanting to join me, let's see, share. Hope everyone's doing well today. When you hop on, I would love for you to share where you're viewing from, or just say hello, let me know you're here. That would be awesome. All right, let me type in here real quick and let my Facebook followers know. I bet it has something to do with Facebook and not my program I'm using. Having difficulty streaming to Facebook again. Please join me over on YouTube. All right, so let me share that and that'll be taken care of and we can get busy to today's Make It Monday. There we go. Now let me find my screen. Okay, so if you're joining me, say hello. I see a thumbs up. Let me find comments. Hello, Carrie. Thank you for joining me from Kentucky. I appreciate that. All right, so today's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be creating anything today, but what I am going to do is share with you and tell you about all the pages that I've created. Look at that, since joining Stampin' Up May 1st. So some of these pages are using close to my heart products that Stampin' Up purchased from close to my heart. And then some are using exclusive Stampin' Up products. So I have a variety here, and I'm just going to go in the order. Like in first week of June, I started up this Make It Monday live. It's something that I had started doing back in 2021. And after about a year, maybe I didn't make it even quite a year, I got distracted by doing my makeup business and stopped doing the lives. And then when Close to My Heart announced their closure and I joined with Stampin' Up, I decided, okay, this is a fresh start, so I'm going to do those lives again because I really enjoyed them. So I've been doing lives weekly, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on my YouTube and Facebook channel and doing Make It Monday on Mondays. On Wednesdays, I do Story and Sketch, which is a 8.5 by 11 scrapbook page that I do. And then on Fridays, I have fun, Feel Good Fridays, where I do fun folds and 3D projects and cards, just something other than scrapbooking. So this right here are the first portion of these are all the pages that I've done the past 2 months. So I think I have a total of 8 2x2, 12x12. I say 2x2, 12x12 2-page layouts. And then I'm also going to share with you a few other projects that I've created along the way. I think I have one or two just single scrapbook pages and a couple of additional 2-page layouts that I created that I kind of shared, but I didn't do any type of lives with. So let's get busy, and I will share with you these beautiful pages. I'm going to move these out of the way. I've had so much fun doing these, and then I'll bring them over one by one. But before I do that, just real quick, let me share with you about the special that starts tomorrow. This was a surprise to us. We got a little heads up on it by accident, I think. So we've known about it for about a week, but starting tomorrow, August 6th, there will be a 15% discount on select designer series paper. So we have, these are all from the 24-25 annual catalog. So this is a great time to stock up if you have been looking at some designer series paper and haven't purchased it yet. 15% off. So I think, let's see here, I was looking, all these are the same price. They're originally $12.50, and you'll get them for $10, and I think that's 62 cents. So nice little discount. And that's not all. So there's some more of them right here. And I actually have, let's see here, let me go through here. Actually, I haven't created any 12 by 12 pages with anything on here, I don't think. Surprisingly, I was looking, I did an 8.5 by 11 with that one. Trying to remember what I did. I did something with that. I think it was a 8.5 by 11 page. And like I've done some cards and things with this paper. Like, I'll show you just real quick. I'm getting off topic a little bit. But there is the To Market. So I've done cards with the To Market collection. I've done cards with the Lily Pond Lane. I've done a couple of cards with this one. And then let me, excuse me, let me flip over. I'm lying. So I have 3 2x2, 12 by 12, 3 12 by 12 2-page scrapbook layouts I've done with this one that I'm going to be sharing today. But then the rest, and I have a few also with this paper right here. Maybe just one. I don't remember how many I made of that. So I'll share those here right about now. So don't forget, that starts tomorrow. And let me look if I can get my cursor to pull it up. I'm going to share my hostess code link with you in the comments. Paste. Let's see here. So there is a clickable link, I think, I hope, on YouTube, so that you can, if you're spending under $150, then please use my hostess code, because that helps me do my classes and share here on YouTube so that I can get some product at a discount. And then if you're spending over $150, don't use my host code, and you can earn the stamping rewards starting at $150 in product that you purchase. You'll get 10% for your product purchase $150 and over. So that would be $15 in free product. So it's an awesome deal. All right, I have my catalog here, and some of my close to my heart exclusive flyers that they came out with the last 1, 2, 3 months, so that I can remember the names of everything as I share them with you. So I just figured we would go along through here, and I'll just tell you a little bit about the pages. Let me get my view back up here so I can see and get these centered for you. So if you're joining me, please say hello and let me know you're here. I had trouble streaming to Facebook, unfortunately. But okay, so this is the first. I put these in order of how I did them for the Make It Monday Live with Pamela series. So you can go back to my YouTube channel and see. I actually have a playlist for all my Make It Monday lives, and you can watch how I put this together. So this is using the Enjoy the Ride, I believe is what it was called. Yes. So this one right here, it was Enjoy the Ride collection. Now these products were only available to former Close to My Heart makers and customers of Close to My Heart that had an email with them at the time of the announcement of the closure, and those emails transferred over to Stampin' Up, and then they allowed just those people to purchase these products, and that was due to inventory restrictions. So since Stampin' Up is so much bigger than Close to My Heart, they couldn't open it up to the whole entire Stampin' Up community at that time, or the products would have been gone just like that. So they gave that was to help us as Close to My Heart makers transition to Stampin' Up. So that's kind of how that worked. So I did purchase this collection. I made this fun scrapbook layout. I was trying to remember. I think this was part of the scrapbooking workshop. So yeah, and I copied one of the scrapbook pages from it pretty much exactly. I just used photos of my father-in-law and his brand new tractor. I'll move this over here. And it just has a fun springish summer feel to it. Again, this was all exclusive Close to My Heart. And there wasn't a lot of technique in this, if anything, really. I don't even think I did any stamping. It was just paper and stickers and a couple of little embellishments, and that was it. But I've always loved Close to My Heart patterns, and so this is just kind of like my style. I really love this, but it came together very quickly. If you have any questions about any of the pages, be sure to let me know, and I'll see if I can answer them as I watch the comments. But I will just move on along so this video doesn't go on forever. But let me make a little place over here on the side that I can put those away. I had to put the kittens, or the cat. We have one kitten and the mama available. They're not available. I'm keeping them. We gave 2 away, but we have the mama cat and we kept one kitten, but I have to put them in the front bedroom while I do my lives, or Pumpkin, the kitten, is like all over the table. I put him down, he jumps back up here. All right, so this was a really fun one. As I started to learn how to use Stampin' Up products in lieu of Close to My Heart products, there was a little bit of a learning curve. And this particular one I used, I believe it was the May, let me look and see, The Best There Is. This was the May paper pumpkin. I used it to create a 12 by 12 layout. So this would be considered a paper pumpkin alternative. And this is more my style, where I get to do some stamping along with a little bit of mixed media of some kind. I usually keep it pretty simple. And then I had some die cutting. I also did some Cricut cuts here. So this paper right here actually is part of the Stampin' Up Country Woods collection. that will be going live. Well, the sale will be going live tomorrow, so you'll be able to get it for 15% off. And then these pieces right here were part of the paper pumpkin kit, along with like these pieces right here and these punch outs. I added splatters. I was trying to look and see. I think that's some Close to My Heart toffee shimmer brush that I used. I see some shimmer in it. And then this down here, I think this is crumb cake. And then I ran it through an embossing folder that won't go live until September 1st for customers. It goes live tomorrow. Actually, if you didn't do the Creativity or the Creative Now, I think it was called Creative Now with Stampin' Up back in June, I think. That's when I got that embossing folder. And if you didn't participate in that, as a demonstrator, you can purchase it tomorrow, beginning August 1st. So all the new products coming September 1st are available to Stampin' Up demonstrators tomorrow. So that's exciting. So lots of fun new products coming. So if you've ever thought about being a demonstrator, reach out to me and I'll share some more information with you about that. So again, if you're watching, say hello, leave a comment. I would love to know that you're here, have some interaction with you. So what else on here? So this is my dad, and he passed away back in July of 22. And so I wanted to create this page in honor of him, kind of for Father's Day. That's about when I did this live, this Make It Monday live. And funny little story, when I went to do the title, and you'll see it on the live, I stamped out mood, MOOD, instead of mode. My brain just short-circuited, and I didn't know whether I needed to say survival mood or survival mode. And I went back and fixed it afterwards. And this is also using the tools. I don't remember now what the stamp set's called. Let me look and see. Trusty tools. So I combined a lot of different things into this. I used some, I think these were already discontinued at the time. They're little cork. Let's see if you can see them. Look at that little cork dots. So I've been using those even though they're discontinued, just to use them up as much as possible. And I think that's about it on this. So yeah, this was part of, there were some additional, as a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can still get this refill kit, which was May of 24. And then you can also get, I think still, not 100% sure, I haven't looked in recently, but they had dies that coordinated with April, May, and June. So that's what this die came from right there. And then I think these were already cut just like this. So, and then I found some samples on some images on Cricut, and that's how I did the fire. This part back here that I made to look like that's probably a good representation of it. The little stove, that's from the Trusty Tools dies. So had lots of fun with this one. I love being creative and doing a little more with my pages, though I do like them being simple, fast and simple sometimes too. And that's, again, here's another layout from the Enjoy the Ride Close to My Heart exclusive collection. This was the part of the Scrapbook workshop kit. So it just had paper and stickers and embellishments. So it came together really quickly as well. So actually there was, in that Scrapbook workshop, there were a couple of little stencils. So I did do a little bit of stenciling. So they do add a little bit of technique into there. So I'm excited to see what Stampin' Up will be bringing. They are actually, so starting September 1st, or first part of September. It's not actually on September 1st. It might be the 4th, 5th, or 6th. I don't remember the exact date. It might be the 4th. They will have a brand new mini catalog that'll have a lot of Christmas products, fall and Christmas products in it. And then they're also releasing a scrapbook booklet, flyer, mini catalog, I think. I don't have details on it yet, but it's going to, so Stampin' Up, since so many close to my heart makers transitioned over to Stampin' Up, they are designing their own scrapbook line now. So super excited to find out what that is going to look like and entail. So I'm hoping it'll have kind of a feel like Close to My Heart does, and but with Stampin' Up mixed in it. So that's with this one. I used stickers throughout and just followed along with the scrapbook workshop instructions. And that was just Jeff and I just did some summer of 2016, I think, photos from there, because that was our first summer together. Let me move a couple of things around a little bit so I can transition here a little bit better. All right. So this one, let's see. I think this was part of the Close to My Heart Mix-Ins collection. So I think the wood background is part of the Mix-In collection. A lot of this was, but it also incorporated some of that Enjoy the Ride paper along with, so that was in May. And then in June, we had Lake Life, which I have I think a page. Actually, I don't think I've done a full page of the Lake Life yet. I used it on this page. So this was Endless Summers. I did my titles using the Cricut, and then I did a little bit of distressing right here where I roughed up the edges, did a little bit of sponging, and then splatters on here. But just had fun with the Mix-Ins collection and bringing those colors together. So there's a lot going on here. You can see there's like a chevron background back here. I guess that's what you would call this, made up of little triangles. So that was fun. I copied this page from the sample in the flyer, and then I created this one to coordinate with it. So lots of fun on that one, and I love the memories that I'm preserving with with doing this Make It Monday, getting things scrapbooked, and I probably scrapbooked a couple of these photos already, but this was one just talking about our summer of 2015 and the fun that Bevan and I had. So there's that one. All right, so far I did share the one that was, I think, mostly Stampin' Up. I think, I've incorporated a little bit of Close to My Heart in quite a few of my pages for Make It Monday, and mostly it is titles that I've done. So on this one, this is using the To Market DSP, which will be on the 15% off sale starting tomorrow. So it's right here. And the number, if you need it, is 163421. So I've done a card workshop with that along with this page right here. So these stamps right here and dies are Close to My Heart, but I believe everything else is Stampin' Up except for that flip flap. So Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about this one. This was this was an Allison Davis sketch. So she is with Scrapbook Generation. If you're not familiar with her, you need to go check her out. She does sketches. She does free sketches. You can go check out on Facebook. SG Scrap Squad, I believe is what it's called. And you can join that for free. And they do challenges in there. Scrapbook Generation does, Debbie and Allison. And they offer free sketches. And then they also have some for purchase for like $2, $6, depending on how many that she offers. But Allison Davis is the sketch queen. I love her sketches. So this one I loved because it used all 4x6 photos across. And then these are just probably 3x4 pieces up here. So I was able to use a lot of different pattern paper, incorporated a little bit even in here for some tags, and to kind of bring that I'm trying to remember names, so let me look. Blackberry Bliss pattern paper. So I had cut some circles and then cut them in half to make this scallop border right here, and then transition that color over to here and then down to here. So I'd kind of have a triangle effect. And then this is part of the pattern paper from right here, this DSP, and you can get the dies from this that go along with the stamp set, and then they also coordinate with the paper, so you can die cut almost all these little pieces out. I know you can do the ones that are shown right there. You can die cut all of those out. There may be one like a turnip on here and the bell peppers that don't have dies. But so I did some stamping for the title because I did stamp tone on tone right there. But then, hello, Doris. Thank you for saying hello. I appreciate that so much. And then I did just a lot of die cutting. I'm trying to remember. I think these little leaves came from the Country Woods lace collection, the stamp sets, and one of the birdhouses, or there's a floral bucket stamp set as well. I used a little bit of linen thread here. So I'm just doing a review of the pages today that I've done over the last 3 months. So, and then the flip flap, if you're not familiar with flip flaps, these are with Close to My Heart. These are super popular. They're page protectors, exactly like our page protectors with Close to My Heart, but they have an adhesive back right here that you can put on. You can put them directly on your page and then cut a little slit in your page protector once it's down in the page protector, and then pull it up through there so your pictures are protected, or you can adhere them right on top of the page protector too. Now, Stampin' Up did bring those. They purchased the copyright or the trademark, what's the other thing I'm trying to think of? Patent, I think, from Close to My Heart. So they have already made these available to purchase, but I think again it's only for those that have Close to My Heart, that had Close to My Heart emails, or had emails with Close to My Heart. But beginning of September, I believe, these will be available to everyone. So I'm pretty sure the 4x6s are out of stock right now, but they will be coming back. We have been promised that Stampin' Up will have the flip flap, so cannot live without these. These are amazing. Okay, so this was a fun afternoon that Jeff and I spent with his parents, and we went to a regenerative farm not very far from here, about an hour away, and they had a restaurant opening where the food that was prepared was all from the farm. Everything was. We enjoyed a drink. This was like a organic lemon margarita. So it was limes from the farm. Then we had pizza, sourdough bread pizza, and everything on it was from the farm, along with they had chocolate chip cookies and the most amazing cinnamon rolls that were sourdough. So it was a pretty awesome day, and this was a fun way to preserve those memories. So had fun with that. All right, moving on to the next one. Now we're shifting over to July when I started my Christmas in July series. So this is using all new online exclusive products. I was going to look. Let me see if I have the information on that. If you haven't been joining me, or this is your first time here, so this was part of the online exclusives that went live the first part of July. This is the Season of Green and Gold collection. So these cards are beautiful. This paper is beautiful. It can be used for Christmas and non-Christmas pages, which I'm going to show you here in just a minute. But it has a full DSP paper along with a vellum specialty designer series paper here. So pretty. Then it has two different stamp sets. So this one right here I used, I think on this page I just did die cutting, so I used these dies. And then they have a seasonal, so Christmas, winter, New Year's sentiment stamp set, plus these amazing tag dies that coordinate with that. And then there's also a stamp set that is non-traditional. It's everyday greetings is what it's called, and it'll go with these as well. So it's really great if you get all of that together. Now you can actually buy the whole entire bundle, Season of Green and Gold Sweet Collection is what they call it. Now I'm not sure if it's available right now. It might be later in this week because these right here have been out of stock. So be patient. If you want information on the full bundle, I can let you know when hopefully it'll be available. But I do know these are supposed to be coming back this week. All right, so let me share with you this page. I love it. It's got gold foil. That paper does. See the gold foil? So I grabbed some gold foil cardstock that I had left over from Close to My Heart, and I cut this out on my Cricut. And then I cut these pieces out of the pattern paper, the DSP. It was a different pattern than this one. And using the dies, I was able to, I did do some stamping. I forgot about that. I did stamp the bells here, and so they have dies that go with them as well. And then there are those sentiments that I figured out how to use for my scrapbook pages. I brought in a little bit of the gold trim and then used those tags throughout. I did another flip flap so I could get more photos on my page. And this was Christmas of last year. So it was my daughter. This is my daughter, Bevan. She just turned 17 on Friday. Or, yeah, it was Friday, this past Friday. And then this is Emily, my stepdaughter, and this is my stepson, Kyle. So they were here for Christmas along with my in-laws, Charles and Anita right here. And this is my wonderful husband, Jeff. So, oh, and this is Kingsley. I better point out everybody in the picture. So, and we wrapped up the Christmas Eve evening. Of course, we opened presents and had a wonderful dinner. And then we watched Polar Express. So it was the most wonderful time of the year. So that's a fun page. And this was a Close to My Heart pattern sketch that I used on that, FYI. All right, so here we go with, this one is using that same paper, but it is, hello Linda, thank you so much for commenting. I really do appreciate it. Now I know people are here and watching. So this is that same paper, the Seasons of Green and Gold, but I used the back side of the paper so it didn't have any of the gold foil on it, and it was all greens. So these are Old Olive and Mossy Meadow primarily. I think there's a little bit of green and garden green that is thrown into some of it. But these particular patterns up here, here, and here are the Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. I did incorporate a stamp set from Close to My Heart. Now this one is available on my Stampin' Up website, but only again to anyone who had an email with Close to My Heart prior to their closure. But I think at the beginning of September, if these are still available, they'll be made available to everyone through Stampin' Up. So anything that's didn't sell out come September, I believe will be made available. So I did get some Alphabet Alum Mode. So I was so excited to get these from Stampin' Up so it helped me create titles. And then I did do the stamping and die cutting right here. So this is like the two-step stamping. It's got a base and then the darker color. I stamped it in the base in Old Olive, and then the overlay I stamped with the Mossy Meadow. You can see how much I love my flip flaps. I use them whenever I can, so I can get lots more photos on a page. This was a Close to My Heart pattern as well. I'm hoping and praying that Stampin' Up will come out with something similar as well in the near future. So we'll see about that. Haven't heard details yet, but just had fun. This was our garden this year. The first time Jeff particularly, put in tons of effort getting our garden ready. It's right over here off the kitchen. So this is the kitchen nook that I'm in. I turned it into my scrapbook space because when we moved here, we had 4 kids with us, and 2 of them have gone off to college and the military. And then we're starting senior year in just about a week and a half for the 2 that are remaining. They're both seniors this year. So Jeff has Kyle and I have Bevan. And so yeah, I didn't have a designated space, a room that I could have. So I made the kitchen nook my area, which I really absolutely love because I have some wonderful windows over here. If you've seen, go check out my Instagram. You'll see some photos of my stamp studio. And then there's a door right over here to the outside. There's a door back here to the outside. So I've got one back here and right here. I can let the animals in and out. And then the kitchen is right there so that if I need to get my chamois wet or whatever, it's a local central place, and it's worked out really well, especially with the kids being older, and they're not here very much anyways. So it's nice and quiet. So anyways, this is a fun page. Love how that turned out with the season of green and gold and it not being Christmas. And then the next week I went back to, I think this was just a week ago that I finished these pages. So decided to do Christmas again. And I brought in the pattern paper with the bells again. I tried to incorporate a lot of the gold foil in this one and feature that. There's a little bit of that garden green, so I incorporated that into there as well because there's the garden green right here in this die. This is part of one of the DSPs. So that's why I brought in that little bit of darker green, brighter green, I guess. So this is, again, this was actually the 3 pages, the other 2 layouts that I just shared with you along with this one was part of a scrapbook workshop that I designed for Close to My Heart back in, I'm trying to remember the actual pages. I guess I did that back in July of 23, I think. So I just followed my instructions and did it with the season of gold, green and gold. So I did a bunch of layering down here. I'll bring it up so you can kind of see all the texture and everything in there. So there's a little bit of vellum that I used. There's a vellum pack that goes with that. And then die cut some of the pattern paper. This is part of those tags. So it already punches the holes for you, and I just use them for like little journaling spots. I didn't do, I really didn't do any detailed journaling on this. I did make my title date night. This was like an impromptu date night. I was like, I feel like I don't have a flip flap on here though. And maybe that was my intention and I didn't do it. Because I do need to journal a little bit more about this. Because this was, if you're not aware, I live in Fredericksburg, Texas, which is a beautiful little tourist town, not very far from like San Antonio and Austin. It's in the Texas Hill Country, and it's a super popular place for shopping. We have wineries up and down one of the main highways that go through Main Street, and then we have market plots. So it's an old German town, and I don't remember what, you can barely see it back in here. I don't know that I have a really good picture of it in this, in here. And I don't remember what it's called, but it's right in the center of town, and it's like a little museum visitor center. And this market plots is our kind of like our park area, and every Christmas they do Fredericksburg Christmas Nights of Lights. So they light up so this is before the lights go on. They do this every night through the holidays so that all the tourists can experience the lighting of the trees. And they do a countdown, and then all the lights go on. I have some video of it, and it was just awesome. And I decided one evening back in December of last year to drive up there and take some footage and I was thinking like for my Instagram and so forth, but hollered at Jeff and asked him to meet me there. And then we went to our favorite restaurant, just a walk a little ways down if you just walk that way, actually, you pass the fire station. So I got pictures of the fire truck there on the way to the restaurant. And then we had our date night dinner. So that was a fun one. And you'll see I tried to just create clusters with those die cut pieces and the tags that come in that collection as well. So that is the last of the scrapbook layouts that I did for my Make It Monday, but I wanted to share some other pages that I created and tell you a little bit about them because I didn't do videos on these. So when Close to My Heart announced that they were closing and they were in the process of making kind of a deal with Stampin' Up, I went and found a demonstrator, Stampin' Up demonstrator online. I actually found one that was local, so I just purchased through her a couple of things that I thought I might like to try. So this was the Latte Love collection, a little latte. It's got hair, just a second. So I bought the pattern, the DSP, along with the Stampin' Dies. And I think that's all. Oh, and then I have this twine right here too that I got. And this was the very first scrapbook layout that I created with Stampin' Up products. Now, probably 90% of this is Stampin' Up. I did use some craft cardstock from Close to My Heart. I think I had to use the black, is Close to My Heart. I ordered, so that cardstock is Stampin' Up. Then I did use a die set from Close to My Heart that was super popular that I really liked. And then, I did get inks. I think I got pecan pie and early espresso. So, and then a couple of the stamping blends. So I just wanted to try out the products and get familiar with them before the deal was done. And I was still deciding if I was going to transfer over to Stampin' Up. And of course, after making this page, I fell in love with the products and pretty much sealed the deal for me. So, anyhow, so I had fun, lots of fun, and this will be always one of my very favorite layouts because it was my very first Stampin' Up layout. So, and that's a fun little coffee date Jeff and I had, I think on my birthday. Yeah, so this, you can't read the date, but it's January. January 30th is my birthday. So that worked out perfect. All right, this is one that I haven't shared a whole lot. I was going to do like a workshop guide and then got kind of overwhelmed and did not complete it, but I did complete the pages. So I wanted to share those. This is using the new Stampin' Up in colors for 24-26 that came out in the new catalog. So it's incorporating all those colors along with this DSP paper packet, the Unbounded Beauty. So if you like these pages, this is going to be on special starting tomorrow for 15% off, along with all these DSP packs. All right, so you can find all those details tomorrow on my website. All right, so this was a lot of fun. Again, I did a past scrapbook workshop guide that I had. I used it to create these pages. So I have a total of 3 layouts that I'm about to share with you using all the same products. I used the, I have to look and see what it was called again. I've already forgotten. Let me see. It's the flower cart. So I used the flower cart Stampin' Dies to create this workshop or these layouts. So again, I never did get around to finishing the scrapbook guide because I just got overwhelmed with the transition and just wanted to create and play. So that's when I decided to start doing the weekly lives on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that was more fun and creative for me. So lots of paper layering. You can see I did not like I cut these to like 1/2 inch so that I wasn't wasting paper, and had some fun with some dies. I don't remember what these are called now either, but that was, let me look, I can see them right here. That was these right here. These are the Everyday Detail dies. So really love those. So I did a fun little border around my journaling over here, and used, let me see if I can remember the colors. So we got Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, and then this was Pecan Pie. The greens that are in here in the paper are Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock. So I'm getting good at remembering the names finally. So that was a challenge in itself because of all the 2 words per color, where we're used to just 1 word with Close to My Heart. So you could totally add a flip flap on here if you wanted to, on this one and this one, because it wouldn't interfere with the other pictures. But this Stampin' Die was, for beginning with Stampin' Up, it was a struggle, but I figured it out and learned a lot. So I guess I'm glad I did it because I learned I needed tweezers to hold all these little bitty pieces, and I learned I needed to learn how to use liquid glue because I never had used liquid glue hardly at all in my 25 years with Close to My Heart. But anyhow, so that was Mother's Day of, over a year and a half ago now, I guess, in 23. That was my daughter Bevan. And then this one's lots of fun. This is why I purchased the flower cart, actually, collection. So let me get those together and positioned here for us well. All right, so this was pictures from the Saint Beauty conference. So I'm also a Saint Beauty artist, and this was my first conference. So I got to meet my upline, who is right here. This is Krista, and one of my sidelines, who is Samantha. And we attended the conference together, and it just happened to be in San Antonio, Texas in April of 23. So I just wanted, the theme was wildflowers. So I have pictures actually that I still need to scrapbook that actually have flower carts in the pictures, because that was part of the theme. So when I saw this stamp set, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have it so I can scrapbook that. So I'll do some more of this in the near future, I'm sure, to get some of that scrapbooked. But I used all the same products that I used on the last pages that I showed you. I used this is actually a close to my heart die set, alphabet die set, because that's all I had at the time. So I incorporated that, but everything else in here is Stampin' Up. So I did have lots of fun creating these little flowers and plants, the buckets along containers, I guess, and then creating the flower cart in different ways. So let me show you one more time. So there's one way I did it. Here's another way by adding the wheels to it. I don't know what's up. I guess allergies are getting me. So yeah, this one was just a fun one. I love the colors. It was fun doing that. That was I was working on that, I guess, in April and May. Here's one I don't have photos on yet, but it is part of that, what I thought was going to be my first workshop. And then I decided to not completely overwhelm myself. So I ditched that idea, but incorporating that beautiful DSP, there's another way. It's a little bit different with just a stand and not wheels on the front and the back for the flower cart. Just created a little scene up here, and look at those pebbles. Aren't those cute? So if you do it first generation and second generation, that's what I call it with close to my heart, it can kind of give it some dimension. Then here's another way. So without the tint up above it. And then I just love this cute little banner, but they're so tiny. That's what I had to have the tweezers for, and these little bitty pots as well. So I'm not sure what I'll scrapbook on here yet. That's why I haven't put pictures on it. But I haven't looked at these for a while now either, because I've been so busy doing my Make It Mondays and all of that. So here's my first single page. I'm almost done. I have 2 single pages left to share. This was an Allison Davis sketch that I did, and I used my Cricut to figure out where the circles would go and created a template. And it was just like a 6x6 template that I used, and then I was able to cut the circles to size and lay them down into the template. Some are cut in half, the paper is, and mixed and matched. I did some, this was a die, a close to my heart die. So I did a lot of this using my Cricut, but then I incorporated this cute stamp set from Stampin' Up. Oh, and I made the little, see if you can see it, the grocery cart is actually silver foil paper with some black to make it look kind of realistic. This is my friend Cindy Jackson, and we went on a scrapbook retreat weekend, our very own. We scheduled it, just the 2 of us, stayed at a hotel, made sure we had tables and computers and our scrapbook products with us to scrapbook the weekend away. So this is us preparing and getting our supplies and food, and so we wouldn't have to make too many trips out, and we could just scrapbook the weekend away. Then I did incorporate a few close to my heart acrylic shapes, hoping that Stampin' Up will do some acrylic shapes too. So we'll just have to wait and see what they come out with the scrapbooking line that will be coming first part of September. Super excited about it. Okay, and then last but not least is this one right here. I think I have shared it, but it may not look familiar to you, the products, because they are part of what's going to become available in September. So let me look. I do not remember the name of the collection, but and I'll even give you a sneak peek here of what's to come. You can see some of the paper, but here's even more of it. Look at all that pretty paper. So as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I was able to participate in the Creativity Now back in June. So we were able to buy a whole collection of products ahead of time to participate in that. And I created this one-page scrapbook page. And it's using, let's see, Winterly Tops. I think that's the stamp set, which I didn't even really use. Maybe I used that right there. But let me look at the instructions and see if I can see. There's a stamp set. I was looking. Winterly Treetops Bundle. And we did use a little bit of the paper, but let me look and see what it was called. Nests of Winter. Nests, like Nests. Nests. It's hard to say. Of Winter Designer Series paper. So that's what the paper is in here. I did a little bit of stitching. I kind of regretted starting this using the, this is going to be available, the Natural Tones linen thread. So I used linen thread, so it was a little rough, but I did some stitching right up in here, did a little bit of splattering. So pretty super simple page, but I just wanted to, I did cards as well, so I might as well just share those with you real quick. So there are some of the cards that we created, and these were actually part of what we did for the Creativity Now. They taught us, and I changed mine up just a tiny bit and did some extra to some of them. So that is coming at the beginning of September. If you're Stampin' Up demonstrator, tomorrow you can start to order this product. So anyhow, there are the pages that I've done over the last 3 months, 4 months, because I did a couple of them prior to May 1st. So I was working on all those around May 1st. This was my very first page. I'm just kind of going back and throwing them up here so you can kind of see. If you're just hopping on, you can go back and see a little bit more detail on each one. There's that beautiful Seasons of Green and Gold. And then we got the To Market collection. And this was a close to my heart mix-ins, along with some of the easy, enjoy the, keep wanting to call it Easy Rider. It's Enjoy the Ride. And then I did one with a paper pumpkin kit. So this would be an alternative way to use paper pumpkin. And then that final first page of my Make It Monday. So you can go back and watch the videos on the first 8 layouts that I shared of me creating those. So if you have any questions about any of the products or the special that's happening, don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. After I end the live, you can just leave a comment on YouTube and I will check those and get back to get back to you on that. So thank you to Linda, Doris, and Carrie for commenting and sharing with me. I appreciate that so much. So y'all have a great week. I'll be back Wednesday for Story and Sketch, and I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do on that. Just to be perfectly honest, I decided to do this today because I was waiting on my a particular stamp set that I want to use for my next Make It Monday, but it's not here yet. So it's supposed to be here today sometime. But next week I will be creating with that stamp set along with, I think, the Country Woods paper collection. So make sure to mark your calendars or set your alarm for next Monday at 10 a.m. and I will create another scrapbook layout for you. So have a great week. Hope to see you Wednesday and Friday for my Story and Sketch Live and my Feel Good Friday Lives. So God bless you. Bye-bye.